I have a large sum of money already invested in market, and this has come from Anirban. Though I invested it through the SIP route, I'm scared. What will happen if there is a big market crash, quite similar to the one that happened in 2007? How can I reduce the risk of my investment keeping in mind such events? If he has heard the first 10, 15 minutes of our program, he would have got the answer.
You would have got the answer, but I would still like to, give an additional rule
Sure.
that maybe, to avoid 2007 kind of situation, because that was really bad, though it lasted for just about a year. So investors who were unable to stick to the worst times of the market, which was an extraordinarily bad time, they booked their losses and their losses became permanent. The people who exited the market. And the way to manage your own psychology for such situation is that you should have some fixed income allocation. And having that fixed income allocation in
Okay.
your long term portfolio, you should rebalance it, you should realign it annually. Assuming that you have something like accumulation of 40 lakh rupees, which you don't need for 5 years and more, then make sure that 20% of that is in fixed income. If the market goes crazy, if market goes up substantially, your 20% will get reduced to 5%. So you will move a part of your money, or maybe 20%, 30%. So whatever is the right allocation which you decide, and periodically rebalance it. Move money from equity to fixed income. That will happen when markets go very up, go up dramatically in a brief period of time. So you'll be able to move money
Right.
from equity to debt. The converse you will have to also implement, that if markets crash, then will have the courage and the money to buy that share to get your allocation back again, and frame some rule that if there is a 15% change from your stated allocation even during a year, you will act, otherwise not, you will stick to the plan.
What about common investor like me? I mean, or people like me? Do we need to come to investors hangout every time to learn more about it,
No, no, no,
or
no.
should this rejig at times can
No, no.
get to you?
I'm talking of a nervous investor who is
Okay.
getting nervous about that, and there are simpler ways of doing it. When we suggest that you invest in a balanced fund, that does it automatically. A balanced fund ensures that your 70% of your money is in equity, 30% is in debt.
Hmm.
Next month, if equity goes up and that equity becomes, assuming that market goes up by 10% and that 70% will become 77%, while fixed income would have gone up by just little less than 1%.
Hmm.
That is the time when the fund manager will do it himself. You will not be able to, you will not even be able to see it. You won't have to do anything. So maybe those are desirable vehicles.
Hmm.
That is a way to do it with simplicity. With your balanced advantage fund, with a balanced fund or your equity savings fund, where you target an allocation and it is done by the fund manager, you don't have to worry, and they are doing it automatically.